Now we get into time management. Do you guys use any kind of time management tools? Anybody?
Day planner.
Day planner? Great, great. I have an example up here of what maybe a day would look like. Again, earlier I handed out a blank form that has a week worth of time slots in there. And so what you want to do eventually is go ahead and put all your classes in there. Monday, Wednesday, Friday you have psych, math, Tuesday, Thursday, put all of your school schedule in there. Put your lunches in there, put your breakfasts in there. When do you wake up? When do you go to bed? How late do you stay up? And then if you have a job, if you have to pick the kids up. So go ahead and put everything in there that you do for a week. Then you're going to start to identify that there's some white space in there. And that white space is where you want to plug in your study time. Okay? A lot of times we don't know where we're spending our time because we don't see it in front of us. So sometimes when you get a visual effect of that, okay, then we can look at that and say, okay, this is where I want to study, this is where I want to study. Okay, so whatever kind of calendar, day timer, people are into the technology right now, so if you use a phone or an iPad or whatever, computer-based, just get some kind of idea where your time is going. Okay? Set a study schedule. When I used to work with academic advisement, I would put students and build a schedule where they had 2 classes and then a break, and then another 2 classes and then a break, or that they had Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday, Thursday would be open for classes. Well, Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, and then you would be open on Tuesday, Thursday. Those are your study times. So as long as you are allowing yourselves to have that, you're going to be a little bit more successful. Okay? This Math 108, giving you the opportunity to come in here for an hour, a couple days a week, you've already done good with that choice. One thing we want to remember too about time management and when we're filling out our day timers and our planners is how much really time do we want to spend in class. There is a formula for each 3-credit class. We want to spend at least 2 to 3 hours studying in addition to that. So if we're looking at 3 credits in math, we're going to spend an extra 2 to 3 hours of study time. So if we're a full-time student and we're taking 12 credit hours, and we have 2 to 3 hours, it's equaling 24 to 36 additional hours of study time for a full-time student. Okay? Your study environment also needs to, again, be very, very adaptable to learning. If you are in a situation where everybody's screaming and yelling around you, maybe your household is, you got kids running around, it's not really a good study atmosphere. Okay? The library might be good. Some people put their earphones on. I don't know how good. Sometimes it helps with, sometimes not. I think sometimes it might distract you. But make sure that your study environment is conducive to what you want to do to take from short-term memory, again, to long-term memory. And again, avoid procrastination. We all do it. We avoid the things that we don't want to do. So if we're not motivated to do a certain task, we're probably not going to do it. So if math doesn't motivate us, we'll probably be more likely to put that off. Right? So what I'm saying is go back to your attitude. Go back to the inner guide and say, you know what, I need this to graduate. Give it purpose, give it meaning so you can be motivated and the procrastination will go away. One other trick I would tell you is allow yourself to do the task that you like least, do it first. Because if you do it first, you're going to do whatever you want to later if you like it. Go to the movies later after your homework. Okay? Do things that you like least first, and that way you can help avoid procrastination. Let's see, time management, we were talking a little bit earlier about where are our activities, what are we doing. Stephen Covey puts it into a nice quadrant type of theory based on 2 things. Is it important? Is it urgent? Okay? So I challenge you to make a list of all the activities that you've done in the last couple of days and then see where it falls into this category. A lot of students just will draw a quadrant here and then do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and list your activities based on urgency and importance. Okay, so urgent and importance is quadrant number 1. That's where we've put our English paper off that we've been working on all semester that's due tomorrow and we haven't started it. That's urgent and it's important and it's crisis, we got to get it done. Okay? So we're not going to probably allow ourselves to be as successful if we let a lot of activities get to that point. Now we're going to have a flat tire, we're going to have some kind of crisis that comes across, but if we can prevent things from getting to urgent and important, we're going to live a little bit less stressful, okay, and anxious. Quadrant 2 is urgent, not urgent and important. That's where we want to probably move most of our activities to. Yes, I've got this paper coming up. Yes, I've got this math quiz. Now I'm going to study, give myself a couple days. Maybe I'll practice a little bit so it doesn't become crunch time and a crisis into quadrant number 1. Okay? Quadrant number 3 is not important, but it's urgent. Okay? So the telephone rings, you got to pick it up. It's not really important, but it's an interruption. Okay? And then number 4, quadrant number 4 is not urgent, not important. Okay? Those are the leisurely things. Those are going to the movies. Those are things that we have to have for us to be happy in a nice little life. Most of the time, you will see when you're making this chart that a lot of your activities are going in quadrant 4. Okay? What we want to understand is how much time are we not putting in urgent, not urgent and important. We want to move most of these activities up to quadrant 2 because we spend too much time wasting time in quadrant 4. Okay? So identify by making yourself a chart, try to live in quadrant number 2. Okay? Less stress, probably most efficient use of time. Create a support system. Okay? Form study groups. Again, Math 108. You've done a great job choosing this for finding assistance and tutoring for math so we can be successful. You want to try to do that possibly in your other classes too. If you can identify and engage into meeting people and meeting other students, it's going to make your life a little bit easier here at Glendale Community College or Scottsdale Community College. Because the more involved we are and the more engaged we are as a student, we're going to persist and meet our goals. And that's what we want as educators, is to help you reach those levels. So engage, meet people, form study groups not only in math, but throughout your other college classes. Ask for assistance from your instructor. Okay? We have the math solution here. I'm sure Scottsdale has something similar to that, that you can go and either meet with your instructor in their office hours, or we can go to the math solution and get a little bit more help. Again, this Math 108, good choice for you guys. But again, I think what most students don't do is ask for help when they need it. Okay? Go back to the problem-solving skills, because if you can find a way to get the assistance that you need, typically you're going to be successful instead of giving up and failing. Okay? Use additional college support. Again, we mentioned this class, we've mentioned the math solution, and your classmates here. If you're struggling in other classes, there's the Center for Learning here at Glendale Community College, so we can get tutoring assistance in other areas. But try to identify and problem solve the areas that you need, and then go get the additional help, because it is here. We want to see you succeed. And then seek support from your family and friends. Your loved ones want to see you succeed. They really do. Okay, so share in your celebrations, share in your success, and be real careful not to be sabotaged by your friends if they want to go out and do some leisurely activities when you should be studying or doing some other types of things to make you successful in college. Okay? So don't be sabotaged, but celebrate your success. So in summary, as an overview, we want to develop a positive attitude. Again, get the inner critic and inner defender out of your head. We're going to listen to the inner guide. Okay, so that's your self-talk. Create effective time management skills. Whatever tool you want to use is good. Some will do monthly calendars, some will do just a phone, some will do it on the computers, but try to identify some way to manage your time. Utilize the strategies to eliminate test anxiety. Think about the belly breathing, really moving that oxygen around, relax, have confidence. Those kind of things are going to help you be successful. Ask for help. Again, we're here to help in all aspects of student services, faculty, staff, to help you be successful in your college experience. And then establish a strong support system. Celebrate, okay? Everything that you do as far as success, that leads to the confidence which will only allow you to be successful in everything that you try and attempt. Okay? Math is just one of those things that can be successful. You just have to believe that and find the right resources to help you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.